Okay, I've gotten a few, this is Miss Triangle, good morning. I've gotten a few questions about homework 10-7, especially 15, 16, and 17. So I'm going to make a little video on 15 and another video for 17. Okay, so the question says find the center and the radius of the circle whose equation is x squared plus y squared minus 6x equals 7. So your first step is going to be to get the x's together to kind of order it. That's what I would do first. X squared minus 6x, the y squared will stay, equals 7. Now this is in standard form of a circle, and we want to convert it to vertex form here. Sorry, backwards. We want to convert this into standard form so that we can find the center and we can find the radius. So we are going to be completing the square, which is why we worked on that skill before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the x's, x squared minus 6x. I'm going to find my b. So my b is negative 6. I am going to take half of that. That would be negative 3. And I'm going to square that. Half of b squared. Half of b squared, which would be positive 9, because a negative 3 times a negative 3 would be a negative 9. So what I am going to do so that I can get this into standard form is I am going to add 9 to each side. So I have x squared minus 6x. I'll do that in a different color here so you can see. Let's do purple, why not? So I'm going to add positive 9. I still have everything else, so I still have y squared. My equals, on this side I have 7, and also I'll use my purple. I need to add positive 9 as well to keep my equation balanced. So then let's make this a little bit nicer. I'm going to also move up just a little bit so I have a little more space here. So what I'm going to do to make this look a little nicer is I'm going to make this a 16, first of all. Now I'm going to look at my x's, the terms with the x's. So kind of in the summary yesterday, we worked on completing the square. The point of getting this to x squared minus 6x plus 9 is so that we can kind of factor it, if you will. So I'm going to take my half of b right here, and that's basically what it is factored, x minus 3 squared. I still have, I'll use black for this, I still have y squared from up here. Now, if you're wondering why this can be x minus 3 squared, I will show you up here. If I were to multiply out x minus 3 using maybe my window box, x minus 3, I would get x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. If I combine that, x squared, here negative 3x and negative 3x would be a negative 6x plus 9. So that is the same thing as this expression. The point of doing all this, okay, of getting it into x minus 3 squared plus y squared equals 16 is so that we can tell our center and our radius. So here's your standard form of a circle. X minus h squared, y minus k squared equals r squared. So my center is going to be positive 3. The minus is from your formula, so I know in your equation right here, it looks a little bit like a negative 3, but it's actually a positive 3 because the minus is from your formula. Now for the y, you might be wondering there's no parentheses. That means it's a 0. So the center of your circle is at 3, 0. Your radius, remember your formula is r squared, so your radius, the square root of 16 is 4. So my answer is 3, 0. The radius is 4. You certainly do not need to make a picture, but if you wanted to, that would look like this. I would have my center at 3, 0, and my radius would be 4. So I can kind of sketch what that would look like. Okay, so that's the gist of that.